Midfielder wearing number 7, Miguel Diaz. Defender, number 17, Jaime Romero. Defender, number 12, Arturo Valle. Defender, number 8, Luivano Alfaro. Goalkeeper, wearing number 22, Luan Teles. Forward, wearing number 9, Hugo Fuentes. Midfielder, number 77, Carlos Hernandez.
Good evening and welcome into the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Peyton Barron's here to bring you the Tacoma Stars as they host the reigning Ron Newman Cup champions. It's the Chihuahua Savage. 8 minutes to go until we get set for kickoff. And we have a good one on hand as the Tacoma Stars are coming off of a massive home win last weekend against the San Diego Sockers. It was an impressive feat, defeating San Diego, something that Tacoma struggles to do year in, year out, and yet it happened in the home opener. It was 5-4, a very tough match on both sides, and the Tacoma Stars were able to come on top. San Diego Sockers 5-4 on the road in the 2024-2025 home opener. Intros taking place right now on the field between these two sides. The Chihuahua Savage start as follows. Diego Reynoso is in goal. Roberto Escalante, Hugo Puentes, Brennan Gonzalez, Brian Macias, and Carlos Hernandez are the starting 6 for the Chihuahua Savage, and the Tacoma Stars are here to be announced.
Starting with forward, number 5, Kyle Rivers. Forward, number 89, Alessandro Canale. Midfielder, number 21, Willie Spur. Midfielder, number 14, Tyler John. Midfielder, wearing number 20, Felipe
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us at the ShoWare Center. And those joining us on MASL welcome to MASL matchup between the Chihuahua Savage and the Tacoma Stars. I'm Tacoma Stars public address announcer Randy McNair, along with player Nick Pereira. Nick, big win last week against San Diego, and now we have an even bigger game against Chihuahua, 2-time defending champions. Nick, we're all wondering, have they lost a step this offseason? Are they the same, or are they better?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be fantastic. They were fantastic the last 2 seasons, and they probably just got better. So we're excited to play the best, and that's how we measure ourselves.
Big part in last week's game. Chris Toth, named MASL Goalkeeper of the Week. What a performance by Chris last week.
Yeah, he's exceptional. He always has been exceptional, and we rely on him heavily, and I think he knows that. But when your goalie has a game like that, you have a good chance at winning. And when you keep an opposing team under 4 goals or under, stats tell you you're going to win games. So if he can keep teams down, the rest of us can do our work to get us the win. Yeah.
Nick, big chance that fans here in the arena, those watching on MASLT, could witness MASL history today, and the fans are going to love to see it. You've been with the Stars for so long. Nick, talk about what it's taken to get to this point.
Yeah, it's an interesting stat. I mean, Leo Gibson is a legend in every right, and so to be able to go ahead of him is such a big accomplishment. I'd like to have somebody check out the stats of how many games we all did it in, because I think it's pretty close. So it's an amazing stat. It's a testament to longevity more than anything, and hopefully I was always taught that the target passes first and shoots second. So I think to be a target and have that many assists is something I'm proud of, and again, I don't look at individual games or moments, but for me, it'll be cool to get this one out of the way. I don't like to sit on those numbers where they tell you you're tied. So let's get it out of the way quickly and move on.
Nick, thank you so much for joining us. Fans, thank you for joining us. Those watching on MASL TV, you're in for a big treat today. It's Chihuahua and the Tacoma Stars coming up next.
Chris is also being presented with this trophy as the MASL Elite 6-team goalkeeper. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Chris Toth. And fans, to get today's game started, we could not be happier to welcome our next guest. When team owner Lane Smith began the MASL journey with the Tacoma Stars, the man in black was tapped to lead the team as well as compete in the WISL during the inaugural season. He has a lengthy coaching and directing career which has modeled MLS stars and Olympians alike. He is currently the Chief Sporting Officer and head coach of the Richmond Kickers, as well as a USL League One 2024 Coach of the Year nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome Darren Sawatsky. And to receive his first kick is the player he brought to the Stars in 2017-18 season, Nick Pereira. All right, Darren, so good to see you. There it is, fans, let's hear it for Darren Sawatsky. Thank you, Darren. You will always be a Tacoma Star. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor Mexico with the playing of their national anthem, Himno Nacional Mexicano. Now, please remain standing, kindly remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the singing of our national anthem. Performed this afternoon by Destiny Sigler.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Destiny Sigler. Thanks for joining us today, Destiny.
Welcome back into the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Peyton Barron's bringing you the Tacoma Stars against the Chihuahua Savage on this Sunday afternoon matinee matchup. Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage both coming into this match 1-0 so far on the season. The Stars were able to get a win last week against the San Diego Sockers, and it was Chihuahua topping the Empire 10-3. So a lot of good things to start out between these two sides. Chihuahua is coming off of back-to-back Ron Newman Cup championships. The Tacoma Stars are looking to climb that mountaintop and get themselves to a Ron Newman Cup championship. A lot of accolades being passed around today for the Tacoma Stars. Chris Toth was celebrated before the game for his 4th Goalkeeper of the Year award, and also being named to MASL's Elite Six from last season. Chris Toth is an excellent goalkeeper, leads the MASL in all-time saves, and the Tacoma Stars are so lucky to have Chris Toth. In other news, one thing to watch for is look out for Nick Pereira when he notches, when I say, because it is just imminent on when he does it on any given match. When Nick Pereira notches an assist tonight, he will become the all-time leader in assists in MASL, passing Leo Gibson. The number right now, 225, those two players tied. Leo Gibson managed to do that in 183 games. Nick Pereira is playing right now in his 178th MASL game. So a few games shorter than what Leo Gibson was able to do it in. An incredible feat for both players. 225 assists right now is the mark. Nick Pereira sets up one of his teammates. He will become the all-time leader in assists for MASL. Starting lineup for the Tacoma Stars: Chris Toth in the net, Alex Caceres, Nick Pereira, Mike Ramos, Moises Gonzalez, and Stefan Mijatovic. The two newcomers this season. Yes, Mijatovic still counts as a newcomer. He played 7 games last year in the regular season with the Tacoma Stars, but that was on loan. He signs as a player for the full season, and we are so happy to have Stefan Mijatovic for a full run at the 2024-25 campaign. Captain's meeting with our officials for tonight's match. Crew Chief Josh Wilkins. Our referees Servando Berna and John Snyder. Assistant referee Taylor Vance. 4th official Jamie Carter. And in the penalty box is Mason Hull. Tacoma Stars in the traditional blue with the yellow and orange Argyle. It's going to be the Chihuahua Savage wearing the white tops, red shorts, red socks, as they make the international journey up to Tacoma. It's the only time the Chihuahua needs to make their way all the way to the Pacific Northwest. Last season, they came up here twice. The Tacoma Stars were victorious in both in the regular season and once in the playoffs. So, excuse me, came up a total of 3 times, had 3 games Tacoma Stars 3-0 in the ShoWare Center last season against the Chihuahua Savage. They did lose twice on the road in the playoffs. That was the conference semifinals when these two teams matched up last. Chihuahua Savage en route to their Ron Newman Cup championship knocked out the Tacoma Stars in the first round. The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. This is Escalante on the ball wearing the captain's band. A tall force who matches up really well with Nick Pereira. Toth with his first hands on the ball as Mijatovic lets it run all the way back. Macias giving high pressure. This is Ramos, plays square for Caceres. And the high pressure retreats. Ball had to be dumped into the defensive end. Caceres saw some pressure. Mijatovic wasn't able to help out, and Chris Toth, his possession was already used. This is Reynoso. He's not afraid to get forward. He'll set up some guys. He'll take some shots. He is one of the most electric goalkeepers the league has to offer. Jones header back to Toth, and he settles. Long ball, Kareem's off the lip of the wall. Correa unable to settle. John was chasing it down. This ball's pinging side to side and now settled and held up. This is Valle to Rios. Alejandro Romero. Valle plays himself up the boards on the near side. Tries to play off the baseline wall. Toth comes out to catch. So Toth a little bit busier than he was in the initial San Diego matchup. Here's a little bit of pressure. Jones can't play out of it. Ball dangerous in the area. Jones on the back line. Toth out of his net. Jones with the foot save. Here's Tyler John. He wants to use some speed. Back from his one-game suspension. It was an accumulation carryover from last season. Kept him out of the opener. As well as Alessandro Canali, both on the field at the same time now. This is Souza. Willie Spur tonight for the Stars. Herrera back to goal at the yellow line. Plays post up. Souza gets into the area. Spur trying to put the ball on his right. Takes it left and finds Souza. Long ball deflected. Toth settles. Toth long ball. No worry about the three-line rule. He was in front of his own defensive yellow line. Pereira trying to turn through a double team. Drops all the way back. Souza's in a foot race. Castaneda with great pressure. Toth can't come out and grab it. Needs some help. Header ball down. Toth very lucky on his own end. Distribution gets deflected. Mijatovic trying to play it and dumps it long. Souza earns a foul for the Tacoma Stars. It gets taken off of his feet. Moises Gonzalez goes for a change. Fresh faces come on for the Stars. Canale back to goal. Has an overlapping. Ramos doesn't use it. This is John. And John's called for the foul. Knee going into the thigh there of Fuentes. It's the Savage going left to right across your screen. This is Reynoso. Rivers can't settle for the overlapping Ramos. Stars almost got caught out. Tyler John gonna pressure. Long ball all the way up, using every inch of the plexiglass of that long ball from Reynoso. Macias was chasing it down. This is Ramos. Driven ball off the wall. Tyler John in pursuit, trying to spin it. Rivers can't run through the challenge. Escalante trying to settle the bouncing ball. Caceres waits for it. Here's Rivers, a little bit of space, ball bouncing. Settles for John. John, outside the foot shot, blocked by Reynoso. Caceres, a bouncing shot, no. Rivers, he had a goal last week. Correa turns it back. Jones for John. Canole slides on the floor. Makes a near side run. Correa faces forward. He was just waiting to see what Brandon Gonzalez wanted to do, and Gonzalez stood him straight up. Mijatovic turns, settles with the thigh. Saris ball off the wall for Canale. He can't find it. Mijatovic off the wall. Spur open, scoring today. Well, the Tacoma Stars used that wall so far all day long in this opening portion of the game. Back and forth. Mijatovic is able to just settle that ball up into the center. Willie Spur wide open with the little tap in. Take a look. There's one wall pass. Here's Mijatovic turning. He's going to look for a second wall pass. Are we able to call that a double wall Escora? 2 wall passes in the lead up. Mijatovic finds Spur in the center. Tacoma Stars lead 1-0 early.
Number 96,
Jones to Correa. Correa can't clear. Keats does. Jones, it's a great ball. Reynoso's out. Jones stays with it. And Jones is going to get called for the handball as he settles it.
Last foul call on Stars number 4, Logan Jones, his first.
Good dribble, cutting between 2 defenders. Toth with a better save. It's Rodriguez doing a little bit of slicing and dicing. Heck of a move. We'll see if he's got that in his back pocket later on today. Ramos give and go with Pereira. Gives it back again. Pereira observes. Finds Hansen. Mijatovic crosses over the midway line and wants to slow things down. Moises Gonzalez settles with the chest. Rios up the boards, battles with Correa. He's going to go on his own way. Mijatovic, a great stand-up tackle. Savage still on the ball. Escalante wanted to tee one up. Sends it back. This is Puentes. Ball played into space. Labano plays back for Escalante. Seven minutes left in this first quarter. Tacoma with the early lead. Here's a dangerous opportunity. Ball sails up into the netting over the top. We have hit the media timeout. Tacoma Stars leading 1-0. And we're going to step aside, take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are watching the Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Come on down, merch table. This is where it's at. Back to you, Randy.
Thanks, Pete. Once again, that's the merch table located near the main entrance to the arena. Tons of items here to choose from. Stop by and take a look. Tell them.
Back here at the accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington, Peyton Barron's bringing you the Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage on this Sunday afternoon. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing a long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Scoring was opened at the 9-minute and 18-second mark by Willie Spur. It's his first game of the season. He didn't make the roster last week. Willie Spur plays today, and he gets an assist from Mijatovic. 1-0, and that's where we find ourselves now. Chihuahua has had some buildup. Toth has been busy, and yet he is able to keep the Savage scoreless thus far. 6:55 remain in this first quarter. Toth releases. Canale, his chest can't find Jones. Lebano into space. Escalante settles back. Gonzalez diagonal ball into the center. That's laid off well. Left-footed shot off the boards. Willie Spur there to turn it away. Castaneda with the shot. Tacoma Stars, when transitioning into the attack, they're sending 4 attackers up the field, and they're leaving 1 player all the way back. That time it's Caceres. Recently it's been Mijatovic, and they'll just drop off to that pressure point and really try and draw out Chihuahua. The strategy most likely comes from the fact Chihuahua uses such a smaller home field that when you come to other arenas that have these massive long fields, trying to draw them out, tire out those legs, really use the long field as home field advantage. Ramos hits the floor trying to defend. This is Rodriguez again. Gonna drop back. This is Carlos Hernandez. Hernandez fakes left, goes on his right, back to the left. Rodriguez's shot, it's off the woodwork. But this is where Chihuahua's dangerous. They shorten the field, they play their own version, they shell. Rodriguez trying to turn and shoot. His pass intercepted by John, settled back. Here's Tyler John up the boards. He's in behind. Tyler John, his shot right into the chest of Reynoso. John a little disappointed with his strike there. Reynoso makes a great save. Keats takes over in the transition. Stars look to settle back. floats a long ball forward. He's got Moises Gonzalez. Has a cutting Keats. Keats centers for Canale, but a great toe-poking save from Brandon Gonzalez. Correa settles with a chest. Gonzalez has to lay out for it. Rivers has a little bit of space in front of him. Jones is going to play that real estate. Rivers turning, plays the short side board. Souza chases this ball all the way down. Settles all the way back for Toth. Souza hits the deck after Escalante just bulldozes through him. Rivers has a runner. Ball over the top for Mijatovic. Can he bring it down? Mijatovic goes to ground. Does he get pulled? Yes, he does, and a whistle blown. Foul's going to be called. Should be coming to the top of the arc. Stars are going to get their free kick unit on. Take another look. You see the hands up by the neck and the shoulder area of Mijatovic. Now, Mijatovic is a huge guy. Hard to pull him down. Mijatovic hits the deck. He falls down. Whistle blown. Here's a free kick for Pereira just inside that white line. Pereira on the run-up. Caceres. His left-footed strike. No. Mijatovic a bouncing ball. It's just over the top of the crossbar. Caceres goes back for Pereira. Pereira all the way back for Toth. Pereira turns, has Ramos in support. Nobody to the backside. Stars keeping two defenders back right now. Pereira turns, he gets through his two defenders. Left foot strike, not strong enough. Rios dumps out a ball. Mijatovic to chase. He wants to make sure Toth doesn't have to use his possession too early. He's going to scan, take a look at the field before going for Toth. Toth rolls the ball flat and long for Pereira. Pereira beats his man. Pereira faces up, looking for that assist, the record breaker, and it's not coming just yet. 2 minutes in the first quarter. Correa has support from John, Jones, Keats if he can find him all the way across the field. Keats loses possession. Couldn't foul, would have been a blue card. Romero does a good job, plays back. Diagonal ball now. This is with Rodriguez. Lovano goes around through Rios. This is Lobano again. Keats with a good block and a poke out. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Good ball into the center. A sliding effort by Kyle Rivers. Makes it so Toth does not have to make a save.
Foul charge to Stars number 33, Adrian Correa is first.
55 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Delay of game warning has been issued to the Tacoma Stars.
Rivers with a good toe poke on the near side. He can't clear as it was deflected. Correa goes sky high with a kick and he finds John. John is down near the boards. Whistle's going to be blown. That ball gets dropped for Rivers and reset. Keats. Stars may just look to milk out this clock. Souza gets crushed near the boards. He's down. Lovano just fell right on top of him. Felipe Souza back with the Tacoma Stars this year after some visa issues last year kept him sidelined. Tacoma Stars are excited to have him back as he's a crafty attacker. Spur all the way back for Toth. 15 seconds in this first quarter. Ramos, possession taken away. It's a one-on-one opportunity. It's wide, and then the shot goes up over the netting all the way to the side. Shouldn't have been any deflection. That ball should be in the hands of Toth, and that was a massive missed opportunity for Chihuahua. Shocking to see that this game is not 1-1 just before the first quarter. Though there's still time, 3 seconds on the clock. Toth is going to come out. Header, he's going to settle for Mijatovic. Horn's going to sound, and the Tacoma Stars lead it here after 15 minutes of play. Second quarter action coming up. Don't go anywhere. We are just minutes away from it. We're going to step aside, take a break. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomasstars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Just a few minutes before we get started with second quarter action here at the accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. On this Sunday afternoon, Peyton Barons bringing you Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage. It's 1-0 here after 1 quarter of play. It was a great setup. Stefan Mijatovic was able to find Willie Spur off the walls to open up scoring. Willie Spur in his first game with the Tacoma Stars so far this season. A couple of new faces in the lineup this week that the Tacoma Stars did not see playing last week. Tyler John, Willie Spur, amongst that, Alessandro Canale are all playing with the team. Those players that are missing from last week's side: Jamel Cox, Nani Mendoza.
Offense, the mini ball toss is your opportunity to win some great prizes after the third quarter tonight. You can take home a Stars autographed jersey, 4 Club of Winter seats for the Stars' next home game, 4 Club seats for the January 10th game against San Diego.
And so the Tacoma Stars leading here 1-0. Chihuahua has looked a bit out of sorts. The passes just have not been crisply connected. A lot of things are rolling through Escalante per usual, but have not seen the same thing that we've seen in years past from Hugo Puentes. Last week, 1 goal, 2 assists. He finished with 3 points. He had a block in that as well. But Hugo Puentes is somebody who usually carries their offense, so expect to see more of him for the next 3 quarters. Right now, we've been seeing a lot of Escalante sitting back at the midway stripe, waiting, passing, and setting up the plays similar to what a quarterback would do, as he's just reading, scanning, and then picking out his passes. So we'll see if Escalante stays in that role and if he can connect a little bit more with Puentes. Who we've seen a lot in the attack is Kleber Rodriguez. He's been able to crisscross and try and slice and dice some of the Tacoma Stars defense. He's found himself into some dangerous positions, pairing up with Alvaro Lovano. Those two have been the most dangerous in the attack thus far. Second quarter just ready to get underway. Fans, the next home game for the Tacoma Stars is January 10th against the San Diego Sockers. It was just announced over the PA that Carlos Hernandez got a yellow card for dissent. It's a non-power play violation. It's for dissent. So he will be serving 5 minutes in the penalty box, but it is not a power play situation where Chihuahua will have to play down a man. Quick transition here, early parts of the second quarter. Shots just wide, second effort, no. Caceres, man of steel, chests that ball off the goal line. Flying in out of nowhere like Superman, Alex Caceres keeps the Savage scoreless. Ball on the near side. Ramos defending. This gets swung around. Here's Escalante in that point position. Macias up the boards for Rios. Escalante tees it up. And it's a slow roller for Toth. Easy enough. Chris Toth also coming off of goalkeeper of the week last week. He had 27 saves in that win over the San Diego Sockers. Nobody was more important in that game than Chris Toth. As he makes another save, called into action. Got to imagine that Macias is going to get himself onto the score sheet at some point. He's way high into the attack. He's creating chances, creating shots. A little bit of a hospital ball. Tyler John wears the brunt end of it. Physical, heavy challenge comes through. That's a great run from Romero. He doesn't get the ball back, but he went scorching through the defense, found himself with a little bit of space. If that ball's up the wall, here he is again. Finally rewarded for that run. Tries to beat Spur up the wall. Toth has to wait for it to funnel in. He's got an outlet throw for Spur. Reynoso read it, and Reynoso drills that ball into the bottom of the scoreboard. And that is the same as an out-of-bounds reset. That's coming all the way to the yellow line for the Tacoma Stars. So that is the equivalent of being in your defensive end and kicking the ball into the stands. You may not play it off of the scoreboard here at the accesso ShoWare Center. Pereira with a strike, and it's dead center. Down the middle, Reynoso frozen. Pereira, a goal from the yellow line. Oh, that can't feel good for the defense. Reynoso has got to be furious with himself, with the wall, with everything. Take a look here. Pereira's just going to line this thing up. That wall's going to move. Reynoso is off-centered. He's having his wall help him block half of the goal. He's going to stand in the other half, and Pereira just threads the needle.
For Pereira, his first goal of the night, his second goal of the season.
Stars are the 2-0 lead on the reigning Ron Newman Cup champions. This is Gonzalez. A curler. Toth gets two hands onto it, but he's not able to catch. Just a slap away. Heavy shot, misses out. Again, another powerful shot. My goodness, Eric Tobar. Incredible stuff. Check that guy's right leg. It might be a cannon. Toth floats one long. Pereira the target. Reynoso comes out. Mijatovic in a one-on-one challenge, trying to find Ramos, and now this ball gets thied all the way back for Toth. Spur tried to make his run up the board. This ball settles and dies. Reynoso clears Ramos on the settle. This is Mijatovic. So I mentioned Chris Toth was goalkeeper of the week last week in MASL. This game tonight is chock full of all these players. Here's Hansen, near side, his shot. Great save from Reynoso. Now it's centered. Spur tried to double it, but couldn't keep it under control. Correa in battle. Sliding challenge, Willie Spur, long ball. It's a 2-on-1 situation. No whistle blown for Mijatovic. So Chris Toth won goalie of the week. You got Nick Pereira in this game, who is the offensive player of the week. Pereira was able to net a goal and 2 assists. And then you also have the defensive player of the week in Roberto Escalante, who had 2 goals, 1 assist, a 3-point game. Here's a strike from the far side. All the way across for Escalante, reigning defensive player of the week. Hansen, a dummy for Toth. I don't know if Toth was expecting it, but you can't expect anything less of Toth to make the best out of it. Bouncing ball all the way back. Reynoso has to settle. Pereira chases it down. Spur can't win it. Souza does. Still battling, and Souza's going to head that ball into the bench. So all 3 players of the week from last week's MASL Team of the Week find themselves in tonight's game, a star-studded matchup. An afternoon kickoff time. Tacoma Stars, Chihuahua Savage. Toth out of his area, danger. Loses possession. Strike on the ground, easy enough for Toth. Toth wants to outlet Souza. Rivers went for a change. Souza needed the support. Now it's a transition. It's a 4-on-2. Puentes, far side. Header back across. Rios misses out. Jones just clears it, rolls it out. Stars might go for more changes. This is Moises Gonzalez all the way to the bench. Tyler John steps on. Jones's clearance got some fresh legs. Puentes the target. And Jones does such a good job not allowing him to get a clean touch and turning. Caceres left foot curled ball, finds Tyler John's head. Canale lays it back for John. He's got speed. Ramos runs onto it. Outside the football, looking for Canale. Macias running on, has a man at central in the sliding efforts, just late from Lubano. Macias does the right thing there. Plays that ball knowing he's got a teammate in the middle. It was a dangerous buildup. Caceres goes forward. Tacoma really just trying to draw out Chihuahua. This is the lone meeting of these 2 sides in Tacoma this year. And with the whistle, with the ball being blown dead, Carlos Hernandez's yellow card is officially over, as it has to end on the on a guaranteed substitution opportunity. This free kick being that first guaranteed substitution opportunity. So the only trip that the Savage have to make up to Tacoma this year. Tacoma Stars will play down at Chihuahua twice in the month of January. And that'll conclude the regular season meetings between the 2 sides. Here's Spur. Spur, a little bit of space. Left foot shot. It's over the top. Canale settles it back to his right. Canale hits the deck. Correa has to recover, has to retreat. Savage have numbers forward. Ball centered, and again, a missed touch from Rodriguez. That ball goes sky high. He's dead center in front of the goal, and a heavy touch is going to send that thing into the netting above the corner, but we have made it to the media timeout. 7:32 to play in this second quarter. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. It's the Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
2-0, the Tacoma Stars lead the Chihuahua Savage. Savage right now scoreless through the first quarter and a half, and you might say that this Tacoma defense and goalkeeping has just been spectacular so far this season. I don't want to speak too soon, but you got to be very impressed with the way that this team held San Diego to 4 goals last week, and here through a quarter and a half, you got Chihuahua being held to 0, coming off of a 10-goal performance.
Good luck, buddy.
A lot of time left, though, in this game for Chihuahua to right the ship. Edgar Martinez has got to figure out what changes he's going to make for his side come this halftime break. Perhaps they were able to figure some things out in the media timeout. Tacoma seemingly has their strategy figured out. They're going to stretch out the field. They're going to make sure that Chihuahua gets their cardio in today, running back and forth up and down this long pitch at the accesso ShoWare Center. Heavy defensive rotations as well. You see oftentimes they have 2 or maybe even 3 defenders on the field. Currently, you got Logan Jones and Chase Hansen in a situation when you start with the ball in your own possession. Alongside them on the field, Felipe Souza, Moises Gonzalez, and Nick Pereira. Pereira gets the ball long. He's going to settle on the one bounce. Waits for his overlapping run. Souza off the near side glass. Nobody on the back door. Gonzalez wins it. Jones, second chance. Gonzalez, a little fancy heel flick. Souza creates his own space through a trio of white shirts, and he's not able to connect on the far side. Strike, saved by Toth, pushed away. Jones had a runner in John, couldn't find him. Toth. Stars can't play their way out of the back. Strike goes high and to the left side of Chris Toth. Souza's just going to pop this ball in the air. Stars are going to go for a change defensively. They're on the short boards right now. They can sub cleanly in their own defensive end. Ball played up the boards. Fuentes turns and faces. Has Jones. Fuentes to his right, and he just rolls one into Toth. Stars settling things down. No massive rush. Souza pulled down by the shoulder right in front of the Stars bench. They want a card to be issued. But no more than just the common foul. Toth is going to get wide and go forward. Canale has Ramos. Ramos. That ball stays underneath. If he could just got a little poke out in front to the right, he had some space for a shot. John with a little bit of space. Waits, carpet comes up underneath him. Stars want to pass back to the keeper because Tyler John did not put that ball forward into Reynoso. Mijatovic happily takes over on the turnover. A lot of miscommunication happening right now with the Savage. They do not seem on the same page today. So Mijatovic is just a hold. Stars are going to make some changes. Spur gets onto the field. Toth with a little heel flick. Look at him spin on the ball. Long ball for Canale. He settles, bouncing outside the foot shot. Reynoso, one-handed save. Stars keeping possession well. Really controlling the game. They are in the driver's seat. Here's a dangerous opportunity. Luano puts it on his right. Luano is topped by Toth. Excuse me, that was Jorge Rios. Souza dishes and had no overlapping run. Shot, strike, scores, open. Chihuahua Savage find their first goal of the day, and it's a solo opportunity by Pedro Castellana. Souza can't get enough on the ball for the tackle. Pereira not there to help out quick enough. And Castaneda is able to just line that up on his left foot and finally beat Chris Toth, who has seemed just an unstoppable force today. And the Chihuahua Savage find themselves trailing now just 2-1. We got a quick stoppage of play right now on the field as we are fixing some turf where Tyler John slipped in the corner. A little bit of the carpet came up, so the safety team is on securing that piece of the floor. So often here in MASL, you'll see players who are attacking at such high speeds, and the carpet here at any of these arenas, it can become movable with so much force, with so much movement. With the torque that these guys are putting on the floor, just by twisting, turning, cutting, you see bits and pieces of it will come up, and then it just needs to be secured back down. So our safety team is now hustling their way off the field, and we can get rocking and rolling for the remainder of this first half. 3:27 to play in this opening half here at the Accesso ShoWare Center. An early kickoff. It was a 1 p.m. kickoff local time. Stars find themselves on top. So we'll see if the Stars want to try and settle it down and play their style that they've been playing so far, which has been pretty nonchalant and controlling of possession, or if they're going to look to get more into the attack now that the opening goal has been scored for the Savage. Toth goes back for Mijatovic, had a lot of contact. Went a little bit of a shove so that the goalkeeper stays protected. Correa can't win that challenge. Away from Gonzalez, good strike. Correa wins that ball though down in the air. He's got Pereira on the run. Correa turns, his feet taken out from underneath him. And the Stars win a foul. Quick changes being made before the free kick gets taken. Caceres on the free kick. Souza's header flicked on, looking for Canale, can't find it. Jones, though, gets a bouncing ball. First time for Canale and back for Souza. Caceres, he's got space at the yellow line. He goes for Jones. Jones's strike, header straight up. Reynoso off of his line, slaps it away. And Escalante goes down after a challenge with Canale in the corner. Quick transition play, first shot wide. Keats bouncing, trying to clear away. Canale again. That ball hits off of the glass near the bench. Thought it was going to go into the bench area. Savage on another attack. Under 90 seconds to play. John, quick steal. He's got Keats to his left. John thought about teeing it up. He played Keats and it got deflected away. Souza settles at the midway stripe and now it's Mijatovic. John goes for a sub. Souza goes for a sub. Spur and Ramos are on the field. Spur, miscommunication. Macias outside the foot pass. There's support on the backside. Tobar tees one up. Mijatovic off of his head. Calls for a handball. Challenge flag on the field, 40 seconds to play. And we might have a handball in the area leading to a penalty. Mijatovic got his body in front of that one. And video review will come into play. Toth and Mijatovic talking this over in their own defensive end in front of the goal. So as it stands, no call on the field for handball. There must be clear and concise evidence that there was a handball in order to overturn this. Take a look at the video review, and we should be able to see some angles slowed down to see if Stefan Mijatovic got his hand in front of this shot from Tovar.
Attention please, Chihuahua Savage is challenging the previous play.
So that's Tovar on the right side of your screen. Mijatovic is down in the area. Ramos pressuring, and this is a shot that goes past. And it does look like Mijatovic gets his hand up near his head, seemingly to protect his head from the shot coming in, but if that ball goes off of his hand's in an unnatural position.
Your attention, please. If you are with Valor and Harbor Soccer Organizations, please make your way to the field door in section 108 to prepare for today's halftime game. Once again, those participating in the halftime soccer game from Valor and Harbor Soccer Organizations, please make your way to the
It looks like we have a decision.
108 right now. Thank you.
After review, there was a handball inside of the penalty area. The restore is penalty kick, blue card.
So we will have a penalty, and we will have a blue card issued. So 40 seconds before half, this starts to shift the whole narrative. Chihuahua, with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left in this first half, were able to find their first goal. Now Mijatovic gets a blue card for handling. Puentes steps up for the penalty. Toth on the goal line. The ball goes in. Blue card rescinded. No power play. If this ball comes out and stays alive, the Tacoma Stars are going to be on the penalty kill. Puentes steps up. His shot, it scores. Toth goes right. Puentes goes to Toth's left. As challenging as that is for the keeper, just as challenging for the shooter. Such a small goal mouth. You really got a 50-50 chance. Choose one side, hope the keeper goes the other way. Puentes does so. A whole new ball game. So back to 5v5 after the goal was scored. Mijatovic comes out of the penalty box. Pereira turning, little pirouette. His shot, back post. Pereira retakes the lead just 15 seconds later. Oh boy. He's got the city on his back. He's chasing records, but he's scoring goals and retaking the lead. How good is this? Nick Pereira just goes on a one-man wrecking ball. Quick turn, knows he wants to hit this shot, little soul roll, and then just the perfect placement for Pereira. 3-2, 25 seconds, and this game is all over the place. Tacoma Stars find themselves in the lead. They want to lock things down and go up into the break, up a goal against a massively solid Chihuahua side. Whistle blown up against the boards. And a blue card is being shown. And Correa's got to get held away. There's back and forth going on. This is Carlos Hernandez who received the blue card. The most wild 60 seconds that we've seen so far in the early stages of this season. So Carlos Hernandez received a yellow card with no time on the clock as the first quarter was there. As the first quarter ended, excuse me. Now he finds himself with a blue card for contact above the shoulder with Correa.
Stars fans, and bring up an El Toro power play.
5 seconds. Stars are just going to try and get one shot off in this power play. John runs onto it. Header down, excuse me, that was Moises Gonzalez. 3-2, and we are on our way into halftime. A crazy final minute that saw 2 blue cards and 2 goals. Saw a blue card on Mijatovic for handling. The PK was scored, and then we saw a Pereira goal just 15 seconds later, and then a Carlos Hernandez blue card. Ended the quarter with him going into the penalty box. So right now, 2 teams on their way into the locker rooms for halftime. It's like we got Pete Richmeyer on the field. He might be able to get an interview with Adam Becker. Let's send it down to Pete and see what Adam's got to say after that first 15 minutes.
It's 1 goal right now. What are your thoughts on the first half?
I thought it was a good first half. We need to clean it up on our technical ability, right? Being able to play out of their pressure and stop leaving points on the field, plain and simple. We've had a couple opportunities that I thought should have been in the back of the net. But, I mean, you're playing the best team for the last 2 years. It's going to be a tight game.
The physicality, obviously we're used to that with Chihuahua. Defensively, you've given up just 2 goals. 1 was on a PK. What can you say about this defense that held San Diego to 4 last week and Chihuahua to 2 here in the first half?
They're doing their job. They're sticking to the game plan, forcing them into the spaces where we want them to be, where we have cover, and they're putting their bodies on the line again. And, I mean, look at Chris Toth and all the saves he's got so far.
Now, last question. That last goal by Nick Pereira, that's dirty. Talk us about that goal. That was filthy.
Yeah. That's Nick, right? That's why you have him on the team. He's worth 2-3 points a game. That's why he's a 2-time MVP. That's his role. He's got those magic moments in him, and we just need to see a couple more tonight.
All right, that's Coach Adam Becker. Let's go Stars.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Halftime coming up right now. We'll be back in just under 15 minutes with second half action. Fans, make sure you get the latest on the MASL and all your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Tacoma Stars and the Chihuahua Savage in a good one right here on MASL TV.
Shoot! He scores!
everybody. This is the MASL in 5. It's your chance to get caught up on everything that went down in the MASL over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
Correa on the counter. It's Correa in on goal. Correa with a shot. It's blocked. It's off the bar and in. Correa. Here come the Teddies.
Yeah, teddy bears collected and delivered to a local nonprofit in time for the holidays. And yeah, fans had a lot to celebrate in Tacoma. The Stars have big expectations this campaign after a strong season last year. They led 5-4 in the dying seconds, setting up the dramatic finish.
Jones goes to ground. Ball still bouncing. Danger. Morgan misses. Correa with a block. Charlie Gonzalez's shot. The buzzer sounds.
Big win for Tacoma as they take down their old school rivals. Okay, Wave versus Comets. This contest had a bit of everything. It was the game broadcast on CBS Golazo. Casey jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but the Wave came back. And there were lots of great goals and lots of controversy in this game. This KC goal in the fourth would have put them up by 3 goals, and it's a banger too, from way out here from distance, just under the bar. Beautiful, but the goal was disallowed. Originally, there was supposed to be a penalty that would have stopped the play. The officials discussed it. Now, for a full analysis of exactly what went down, tune into Under Review on MASL TV with Ryan Sigic and Phil Ivanko, who break down the play. But the long and short of it is the goal was disallowed, and the Wave came back to burn Kansas City.
Now 15 seconds to go. Alvarez chips it in. Huffman trying to get position. Bangs it off the board. In front of the goal! Ricardo Cavallo ties it up at 5 apiece. Tony had a goal. Sanchez got away. Sanchez coming in first. On the goal! The Wave wins it tonight, 6-5.
Tough way for KC to lose it. The Wave triumphed 6-5 in OT. Empire in Chihuahua. Before the game, the Savage were celebrating their back-to-back league titles, and they were all business in their home opener.
Para el equipo de Chihuahua. Ahí está el Popper que puede disparar de derecha y el gol.
10-3 Chihuahua takes it. They are looking frightening already. Harrisburg and Baltimore, a battle of two teams that missed the postseason last year and are looking to bounce back this season. And that was a good game, actually, back and forth the entire way. The Blast take down the Heat ultimately by an 8-6 final score. Okay, some games we're looking forward to this weekend. Utica City kicks off their season in Empire. This will be the CBS Sports Golazo game of the week. Kickoff 7:35, that's local time, so PST. Should be a fantastic contest. And San Diego will host Utica on Saturday, and this will open Front Wave Arena. Can't wait to watch. Will it be a fortress like Pechanga was? We shall see. Tacoma taking on Chihuahua. This should be maybe the game of the weekend. Two fantastic teams. Tacoma finished the season so strong last year. Chihuahua knocked them out of the playoffs, though. And your players of the week. Chris Toth in goal for the Tacoma Stars. Roberto Escalante of Chihuahua on defense, and offensively it is Nick Pereira. Roberto, unbelievable for Chihuahua as they took down Empire 10-3. 2 goals, 1 assist, and most importantly, as a defender, 4 blocks for Roberto. And offensively, Nick Pereira. Great game for the Stars. 1 goal and 2 assists in the win over San Diego. And finally, Chris Toth, 27 huge saves to lead the Stars to the win. Time now for your plays of the week.
Se dolía por ahí de la pierna derecha y que digas tú que hay mucho, se la dejo.
¡Golazo! He's going to slow it down. Rivers, space, Rivers!
Marco Fabián!
This would be the situation against the boards to get that
Great
shot off right there.
Right. Beats Toth from distance. And
ahí está el Popper que puede disparar de derecha y el gol.
Harrisburg, and they create a turnover. Mello! Oh, just wide. Diegas. Oh, what a goal!
Tony had a goal. Sanchez got away. Sanchez coming in first. On the goal! The Wave wins it tonight, 6-5.
Yeah, and just a reminder, of course, that to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, including great feature stories, the latest news, statistics, you can head to the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Peyton Barron's here with Tacoma star Eddie Na. Eddie's been with the Tacoma Stars here for a few seasons, and he's really settled in. He's finding his groove in the attack. Eddie, what's it been like these last few years playing for this Tacoma Stars team?
Honestly, it's been such a dream that I can't even imagine. I mean, I was 18 years old when I first started training with the Stars, and, you know, to be able to consistently make appearances over the last few years, it's been awesome to just be part of.
Yeah, you grew up locally. What's the brand Tacoma Stars mean to you? Being from this area, knowing the history of the Tacoma Stars, and now you're a part of that organization. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big sense of pride, and I think, you know, whenever I travel, I'm always wearing Tacoma Stars gear. I'm always talking about it, and it's just such a cool thing to be able to, you know, meet fans, you know, all around the world, and they're saying, oh, like, I heard of the Tacoma Stars, you know, back in the day. Like, are they still around? Yeah, absolutely. And you know, so anytime I encourage those people to come out to games, and it's been really fun to see their faces in the crowd and just interact. It's been awesome.
You've played with some great programs coming up from University Place. You went to Curtis High School, a really good soccer program that they have there. And then you played college ball at PLU with John York, and again, another really successful program. What's it like making that transition to high-level college athletics in the outdoor game and then making your way into the highest level of indoor soccer?
Yeah, it's a big transition, that's for sure. I mean, ultimately, anybody who's played at a high level of outdoor soccer, the first couple shifts in indoor soccer, they just realize it's a completely different game, and so it brings a lot of excitement. I remember my first few games and seasons with the Stars, just trying to figure out the ropes, you know, understand the changes, the tactics, and it's just refreshing to learn something new, because most people will play outdoor for pretty much their entire lives, and then indoor is just a completely new game.
And let's talk about your play style. I mean, you're a pacey attacker. You get in the attack. You get a lot of shots off. You're a physical player, too, known to pick up a foul or two in each game. But what's that like? How's that changed since you've come from the outdoor game to the indoor game? And how do you develop? How do you get better as that sort of striker who's getting your shots off? 15 career goals, 16 career assists, but you're just slowly getting better and better. What's the development process like?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, the transition from outdoor to indoor, it was a lot of growth for me to just figure out exactly what works for the indoor game. With outdoor, I just had a lot of space, a lot of time to run at defenders, and here it's quick to be doubled and tripled. And so, you know, looking at guys like Nick Pereira, looking at guys like Juice, Ramos, you know, all those guys that I see at training every day, seeing how quickly they get their shots off, little tips and tricks that they might give me in the training ground, it's made a world of difference. And I think the last 2 seasons especially, there's been a little bit more growth in that way, and I'm hoping this year is a big leap.
Yeah, I mean, such a different play style. Nick Pereira and yourself, right? One's a post-up striker, the other more in the attack. Are you able to take things that Nick does or conversations that he has with you? What sort of advice has he given you as a striker and how to succeed in MASL?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Nick has just a wealth of experience, so even if it's not directly his play style, he's still teaching me, you know, areas that I can grow. And of course, just watching him play, he's one of the best players in the history of the league. And so anytime he talks to me, it's just ears wide open. And some of the tips he's given me is really just, you know, small little tricks on how to hold the ball up better, trying to find my teammates' areas of passes to look for. It's been a very big game changer for me, learning from him.
Now, we got some new faces with the Tacoma Stars this year. Moises Gonzalez and Stefan Mijatovic is back for a full season rather than being a mid-season trade. So new faces, the Stars are growing in the right direction. How do the Tacoma Stars get over that hump and go and lift a Ron Newman Cup?
Yeah, you know, I think in terms of talent-wise, we have everything there. I think especially in the last few seasons, a lot of the fans have seen growth from the program as a whole, just having more solid, consistent players and, you know, trying to make some tough decisions. So even tonight with the lineup, you know, I know the coaching staff had a hard time picking their players for the game. And so it's a competitive environment. And finally, we're really at a place where we can talk about competing. And so it's not about, you know, we're going to win a championship, we're going to win this. We're taking it one game at a time, and we're going to make sure we make the most of every game.
Fans, Eddie Na and the Tacoma Stars have a lot of home games left here at the accesso ShoWare Center. So make sure you go online. You can visit sitickets.com or go to tacomastars.com, and you can get your tickets for the rest of the home games there. He's Eddie Na. I'm Peyton Barons. Eddie, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Tony had a goal in the fourth. Sanchez got away. Sanchez coming in first. And there we go. The Wave wins it tonight, 6-5.
Por ahí al menos 3 contactos. Ya se dolía por ahí de la pierna derecha. Y que digas tú que hay muchos, se la dejo. ¡Golazo!
You can definitely feel the absence of Brandon Escoto. This would be the situation against the boards to get that
Great
shot off right there.
Strike. Beats Toth from distance. And that's what San Diego does great, is taking shots teams aren't expected for.
As they look to pin Harrisburg and they create a turnover. Mello! Oh, just wide. Diegas. Oh, what a goal! Ricardo Diegas. Talk about hustle and staying with the play, DJ.
Ahí está el bumper que puede disparar de derecha y el gol.
Wonderful pass by Dangler and a goal, Joey Tavernisi. What a big goal for Harrisburg.
Toth with another one-handed save. Ball still in danger. Tavoy Morgan with a high volley. And it's cleared away sky high, nearly missing the scoreboard. Here's Ramos on a touch. He's 1v1. He's going to slow it down. Rivers, space, Rivers!
Chips it in, Huffman trying to get position, bangs it off the board, he puts on the goal! Ricardo Cavallo ties it up at 5 apiece.
Well executed that time by the Wave. It was Carvalho. You said he's been at a rough game here tonight, but he gets the game-tying equalizer with 8 seconds left.
Welcome back into the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Thank you so much for watching us today on YouTube. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Just click that subscribe button. 30 more minutes to play here in an exciting one at the Accesso ShoWare Center. It's the Tacoma Stars 3, the Chihuahua Savage 2. It's been an incredible battle, and what a jam-packed last 60 seconds of the contest that we had going into that halftime. We saw a blue card on Mijatovic for handling. That was a video review challenge by Edgar Martinez and the bench of Chihuahua. It ended up being confirmed, so they keep their challenge. They do get to use that later on in the game. Then the PK was scored, so Mijatovic gets to come out of the box right away. No power play ensued. And then right after that, 15 seconds after that to be exact, Nick Pereira goes, he's a man on a mission. He tears through the defense, makes a spin move, hammers a shot, and gave the Stars a 3-2 lead. Just 15 seconds later, with 10 seconds remaining in the half, Carlos Hernandez, who had already got a yellow card earlier in the game for dissent, received a blue card for contact above the shoulder against Adrian Correa. So right now, as it stands, the Tacoma Stars have 15 minutes on the clock. They'll be sitting on a power play for the next 1 minute and 51 seconds unless they are able to notch a goal, which will then clear that power play and extend their lead to 4-2. It's going to start as a Savage kickoff, so they're going to be able to just play this ball back to Reynoso and try and chew up as much clock as possible, but they will be starting this half down a man with their penalty kill unit on the field. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest nudes, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Reynoso lines up nearly as a defender, anticipating to get this ball. He never does. Goes long into the attacking end for the Savage. Savage going left to right on your screen, wearing the white jerseys with the red shorts. Caceres is going to walk this ball all the way up, wait till his power play unit gets on the field. He's joined by Canale, Pereira, Gonzalez, and Mijatovic. Those are the 5. Trying to draw out Chihuahua, create enough space for Gonzalez and Canale to get in on a 2-on-1. They're going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Here's Canale. That ball rolls underneath his foot. Now the Stars need to contain. Savage want to kill as much clock as possible. This is a good run. Dangerous. Shot. Had to be saved away by Toth. Stars have yet to get a shot off, and the Savage have a short-handed shot here in the opening minute of the second half. Caceres, diagonal ball for Gonzalez. Can he find Canale? The ball's a little bit too slow. Reynoso settles it, rolls out, and now he's going to get this ball back. 35 seconds in the power play. Caceres on the chase. Maybe one more chance for these Stars. Gonzalez and Canale trying to stretch out a 2-on-1 on the back line if that ball can just get lifted over for Gonzalez. Pereira got it back after not reading the board well. Canale with a shot. Reynoso a better save. Gonzalez's strike and Canale trying to redirect, and lucky enough, Reynoso makes a save. 10 seconds on the clock. He's going to heave-ho this forward. 7 left on the power play. Hernandez ready to come out. Caceres has it, has pressure on the back from Hernandez let out of the box. This is down low, Gonzalez trying to center. Macias can't clear off the boards. Moises Gonzalez now sends it across. Pereira cleans it up on the near side. Pereira looking for that record-breaking assist. He is 1 away from having the all-time MASL record. He is tied currently with Leo Gibson, both sitting at 225 assists in their career. Puentes and Hernandez are in the wall. Caceres on the run-up. Caceres, his pass intercepted. This is dangerous. It's a breakaway opportunity. Mijatovic has to get back. Toth makes a great save. Miguel Angel Diaz was the one who led that attack. Unfortunate not to test Toth a little better. Pereira the target. Times his run well. Backing down the opposition. Pereira needs support. Plays back for Toth. Canale has a little bit of space. Puentes is defending him. Canale falls to the ground. Puentes on top of him. Call goes neither way. Continue playing on. Mijatovic keeping possession and finds Keats. Keats feeds the ball forward. Canale collides with Reynoso. He hits the ground, and a blue card going to be shown, and I'm going to assume it's boarding.
Tacoma 89, 2 minutes push.
Take a look at this. So it's just going to be a push. Reynoso goes down, and then he rolls into the boards. It's a dangerous challenge. Yes, there's a lot that we need to protect the goalkeepers in MASL. I think Canale is going to feel a little upended there. I don't think that he intended any sort of shove or extra contact on Reynoso. Nonetheless, Canale ends up 2 minutes.
That'll bring up a Star Sports penalty kill. If the Stars kill this Savage power play, congratulations. You want a free appetizer courtesy of Spots Pizza.
Caceres, his shot deflected away up and over the wall, up and over the boards here. Puentes was the man with the shot. He's going to go position himself right in front of Toth. Here's where the Savage get really clinical, really meticulous with their passing, with their shots, the way that they set each other up. Rios goes back for Hernandez. Escalante down the boards, back to him. He's got power, he's got distance. Doesn't take it. Hernandez. Escalante keeps swinging at the pass, the shot over the corner. Continued possession. 50 seconds left on this penalty kill for the Stars. Thought Rios was going to tee it up. Escalante with a strike, and it's a roller. Jones couldn't get a toe on it. This is Rios. Now Puentes. 30 seconds on the power play for the Savage. Strike from Escalante, and Correa gets down low on the floor to save it. Correa put his body on the line time and time again last week in order to help the Tacoma Stars achieve that win over the Sockers, and here he is again just laying it all on the line. Puentes' strike. Toth is able to get his right hand on it. 15 seconds. If Toth can get this ball down long enough, he's got Pereira on to try and do a little bit of hold-up play. Header goes into the bench area. It's going to be a Stars free kick. 9 seconds to play. Tacoma smart here. They're going to kill off this penalty. Mijatovic over the top of it. Plays back for Caceres. Caceres for Toth. Toth sees a little bit of pressure, but not a ton. That ball bounces and hits the boards before the 3 lines are cleared. Stars killed off the penalty. Mijatovic plays that ball out of bounds, and now you're going to get a full line change, offensive and defensive. Brand new 5 on the floor. Jones, Hansen, Ramos, Rivers, Spur. Rivers on a little button hook, comes back and gets it. Jones carrying. Jones taking off his feet, tackle from behind. Tobar, apparently it was clean. Jones holding an ankle. Rios into the corner. Toth can't corral it off the boards. Jones ended up making it back to the bench, got himself a sub. Mijatovic on for him. A swift dummy from Angel Diaz, and a whistle blown as Mijatovic gets taken into the boards by Cleba Rodriguez. The MASL All-Star Game is heading to Utica, New York on February 12th, 2025. Follow the MASL on social media for updates on tickets, rosters, and more.
Attention please, the challenge flag has been thrown by the Stars.
So Mijatovic is still down on this near side, right side corner of the ShoWare Center carpet. Stars have a challenge flag on the field. I'm going to go to video review. We're going to take a look. Perhaps this is on the Mijatovic foul that just happened. Maybe
Tacoma
on the Logan Jones
challenge
attack.
For blue card boarding.
So this is going to be the boarding where Mijatovic gets sent towards the boards. I'd say if the Reynoso one was boarding, then this one would be as well, but the Reynoso one did not go down into the book as boarding. So this is Rodriguez. Doesn't end up making contact with the ball. Comes in with the right foot and the left foot around Mijatovic. There is significant contact.
After review, the restart is a direct free kick, no blue card, unsuccessful challenge.
So no more challenge flag for the Tacoma Stars. They lose their challenge. So they will have no more remaining in the pocket for the rest of the game. Chihuahua won their challenge earlier, so they still have one ready to go as needed. The Stars will be on the free kick. Caceres, Mijatovic, Gonzalez, Souza, Pereira, those are the 5. A very elite group of indoor players all on the field at once right now. Here's a long ball for Pereira. It's brought down and won in the defensive half. This is Castaneda, the goal scorer. Settles it back. Strike. Souza gets his body in front of it. Well done. Souza chases this ball all the way down that Reynoso just chipped back up in the air, tried to go over the small frame of Souza. Alejandro Romero goes long. Rodriguez turning, spinning, and plays back for Romero. Castaneda goes at Mijatovic. I think a lot of the field expected a whistle to be blown on Mijatovic there. Castaneda is still on the carpet. And there's a foul. Mijatovic goes off for a change. Castaneda is back up to his feet. And now Arturo Valle is back to his feet. Good deflection from Moises Gonzalez, and it's going to lead to a corner kick on the way for the Chihuahua Savage, but not before the media timeout. So we're going to take a break, step aside. 7:24 to play in the third quarter. It's the Tacoma Stars 3, the Chihuahua Savage 4, Chihuahua Savage 2. We'll be right back. You're watching the MASL on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Welcome back to this Sunday afternoon matchup. It's the Tacoma Stars hosting the Chihuahua Savage for their only matchup here at the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Peyton Barron's bringing you the action this afternoon. Tacoma Stars will have 2 more matchups against the Chihuahua Savage, both on the road in Mexico. Both of those games to come in January. Up next for these Tacoma Stars, they hit a good little road trip. They'll be December 19th at Empire and December 20th at San Diego. Following the new year, they'll find themselves on January 3rd at Chihuahua and January 5th at Empire before returning home on January 10th to host the San Diego Sockers. Big match tonight for these Tacoma Stars. Got to get a win here because that stretch of 4 road games is going to be tough. They'll have 1 home game and then back on the road to Milwaukee. So a lot. 5 of their next 6 are on the road. Got to get them at home while you can. Stars leading by a goal. But Escalante's strike is just wide. I thought that one was going to level us. Stars trying to settle in. It was a lot of patient play in the first half. And now it seems a lot of reactionary play. Tempo has been dictated by Chihuahua for the most part in this second half. Macias for Escalante. Fuentes. He's got a goal from the penalty spot today. This is Gonzalez. A little hand battling. Tyler John, Brandon Gonzalez go at one another. Tyler John gets called for the foul. He's standing in front of Brandon Gonzalez. Brandon Gonzalez runs right through him. Tyler John ends up getting the foul picked up on him. And I think we may see some chippiness for the remainder of tonight's game. These two teams seem to start to get pretty physical. Here's another look. Top left of your screen, top center of your screen. Back underway. This is Hernandez. He beats Rivers. Now the strike from Escalante is up and over the top. Toth is going to have a restart. And still some hand fighting back and forth between Hernandez and Kyle Rivers following that last interaction. Toth with the long ball, Canali in a 2-on-1, but Ramos is going to try and settle. Here's a quick breakout. This is Ruiz. Ruiz to the near side. Tovar can't get his shot off. Romero swings it around. Valle plays him back. Ruiz again, have not seen a lot of him today. Save some legs for the second half. Ball all the way back for Reynoso after Keat shows some pressure and gets a poke on it. Reynoso. Toth has to clear this one out. Reynoso all the way back after crossing the midway stripe. Here comes Reynoso again. And this is how you know Chihuahua is dictating the pace of the game and dictating the play, is Reynoso has crossed all the way over the midway stripe. He's going to play as an attacker. So comfortable doing this. Essentially gives Chihuahua a 6-on-5 attack if Reynoso stays up. Here's a strike from distance, and it just faded. Spur gets a little poke out in front. Can he show some speed? And Spur gets pushed down. Odd man rush the other way, caught up on the carpet. Attack of the turf monster. Ramos can't connect his pass to Canale. Canale furious, he was wide open on the far side. Rios off the boards and gets it back, well done. His outside the foot pass makes it all the way up to Puentes, who has an overlapping run. Strike, short, back to Puentes, dangerous area, sliding effort, Correa. What a block. Escalante, he wants it on his left, gives it back. Castaneda. Quick little step over. Goes up and over the top, barely missing out. Full volley strike just wide. Puentes, no, second chance effort. Savage, so unlucky to not be drawn level right now. A massive full volley, what a play. And then the second time effort from Puentes, just unable to connect it. Good sliding effort. Toth maybe got a touch on it to keep it away. Correa overhead kick, Jones the header, it falls, bouncing ball, and we have a 3-3 game, and who else but Castaneda Pedro Castaneda gets his second today. And he likes to find himself late in quarters. It was with the 3:27 mark, the end of the second quarter. Here he is, bouncing ball, just touches it down to himself, finds him with a strike, splitting the likes of 3 Tacoma Stars. Mijatovic back on the field. Pereira turning, Pereira spinning, Pereira pulled to the ground, wants a call. Souza wins back possession for the Stars. There's a fire that's been lit underneath Nick Pereira so far this season. From the San Diego game carrying over into today, Nick Pereira is playing incredibly. Here's Mijatovic. Mijatovic strike gets deflected away. Hansen is going to chase it down. Goes all the way back for Toth. Chip ball for Macias. Hansen there. Souza wins it in a double team effort. Souza shows some speed. Souza off the wall. Souza hits the ground. John tries to get a little deflection piece. He's back pursuing now as the ball goes the other way. Mijatovic wins it. 80 seconds left in this third quarter. That ball's going to fall off the plexiglass. Souza runs onto it. He goes airborne. That would have been something spectacular.
Once again, if you are participating,
60 seconds. Ramos has 4 white shirts around him. Caceres goes forward for Pereira. Pereira's going to hold up. He's going to wait for the cavalry. This is Ramos off the wall waiting for Pereira to get in. That ball just doesn't make it there. Under 40 seconds. We are set up for an amazing fourth quarter ahead. 3-3 between these two sides. Toth gets forward. Reynoso comes out of his goal. Canale looking for support. Canale can't find it. Bouncing ball, 10 seconds. Spur plays back, 5 seconds for Toth. Toth's just going to milk out this clock. We've found our way to the end of the third quarter, all even. 3-3, Tacoma Stars are level with the Chihuahua Savage. 15 minutes to play to split these two sides. We may be finding ourselves in a little overtime after all of this. Fun one at the ShoWare Center. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Tacoma Stars host the Chihuahua Savage on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomasstars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
If you still have a bunch of mini balls in hand, you can start handing them out to your buddies. Hand them to a stranger. It doesn't matter who tosses those mini balls in. That many balls never sit under your nose. This is your last chance. Looking for that Hail Mary. Looking for that last Hail Mary. Anyone?
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Fourth quarter action just moments away. The Tacoma Stars are tied with the Chihuahua Savage right now, 3-3 as we enter the final 15 minutes. We got here from a lot of early action from the Tacoma Stars. They had a 2-goal lead from the hands of Willie Spur, assisted by Mijatovic. Nick Pereira was able to net a free kick, split the wall, found Reynoso just glued to the line, was able to beat him there. Puentes and Castaneda were able to score in the second quarter to level things at 2-2, but not before Nick Pereira could take the lead just before halftime. It was 3-2 with the Tacoma Stars leading at the half. That third quarter, the Stars were able to kill away a penalty. Canale went into the box for 2 minutes, but then just before the end of the third quarter, Castaneda found a second, leveled it at 3-3. So the Stars held scoreless in that third quarter. They've played some wonderful defense. It's been an excellent showing for this side. But now the offense needs to come alive in this final 15. Nick Pereira sitting on a bit of history, hoping to find that here tonight. 225 assists. He is tied with Leo Gibson for the MASL all-time record. An incredible milestone, an incredible achievement. He is 1 assist away. He's got 2 goals tonight. He would love to find himself on the board with an assist and find himself with the record before this road trip that the Stars go on. To do it in front of the home fans mean a lot to a guy like Nick Pereira. Deflected ball in the defensive area. Stars have to retreat. This is trouble. Diagonal pass. Cleared away. Mijatovic does well. Pereira with a great tackle. Can the Stars get numbers forward? Pereira lines this guy up. Turns, slows it down, plays back for Jones, goes for a change. It's excellent from Brandon Gonzalez to be able to slow down Pereira and make him turn his back and not keep that attack going while he had Willie Spur on the left. Big, long diagonal ball looking for Canale. Spur can't find it. It lands for Puentes. Correa calls his own number off the boards. Again off the boards to himself and keeps possession for Jones. Well done, Adrian Correa. Corey Keats. Keats with a strike near post. Reynoso clears it away. Spur tries to get his second. He can't. Correa wants to line it up on the full, but couldn't get over the top of it. Tough angle. Thought Spur had a good opportunity. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bashavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Toth catches that ball off of Willie Spur's knee. Spur now on the outlet. Nice toss from Toth. Pereira at the top of your screen. Gives back to Hansen. Hansen dancing. Hansen nearly opened his account on the season. Souza can't settle the bouncing ball. Savage in possession. John tries the double. He's got to get back. Pass to the outside. Toth with a great catch. That was Rodriguez on the shot. Good buildup. Great read from the Savage offense to see where the mismatch was. Jones had to slide in. John was recovering. And it left Rodriguez open on the left side. Keats, header back for Toth. Safely secured. Canale taken to ground. He's fouled. Canale the target. He goes upward for the bicycle. Three-on-two opportunity for the Savage. This looks good. Ball centered. Rios! Just underneath that and sends a chip shot. About 20 feet over the netting. Hansen, one-time effort for Pereira. Well touched down. Connects with Mijatovic on the heel flick. Toth able to come back and play after the deflection. Correa was fouled as the ball was intended for him. Under 10 to play in the fourth quarter, 3-3 as it sits. A real defensive battle between these two sides. Pereira trying to battle in the area. He goes down. Souza can't win it against the boards. Trouble here. Toth is caught in no man's land. Puentes slows it down. Puentes plays back. The shot deflected away. Macias, handball. It's going to be called. Macias's left arm was extended. John picks up possession. He makes a turn, and he's got real estate in front of him. Has Ramos to the backside if he can find him. Mijatovic the safe choice. And a whistle blown in the middle. Tovar pulled on Mijatovic's jersey. He's going to get a talking to here. And there's a delay of game warning. A lot of talking back and forth between these two sides. Reynoso off his line. Canale's not able to settle. Here's a dangerous chance. Macias was in behind, tried to catch the Stars out on a change. Jones recovered well. Caceres slid over. Tyler John left in the dirt right now. He's back up to his feet. Ramos sliding effort. Here's Macias again in behind. Macias is going to time this one up. Toth with a great foot save. Jones, toe poke effort away. Canale does well to weave his way through two white shirts. Correa on the field. He makes a great run, and nobody saw it. Split through everybody, and he was being unmarked. Here's Jones. Jones tried to go over for Correa. Spur settles. Pereira goes back for Toth. Correa makes a cutting run off of Pereira. Mijatovic wants it back. Keats in a little arm battle as he chases back possession. Turns, well done to take his time. He's going to get called on a 3-line rule. Cleared himself all the way over, did not advance the ball past that defensive yellow line and then played long. Cleared the defensive third, the center line, and then that attacking yellow line. So now there's going to be a ball up top. And we made it to the media timeout. We're going to step aside, take a break. It's still 3-3, 7:22 to play in this fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Rest of this game when we come back right here on MASL TV.
Shoot! It's gone!
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomasstars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
7:22 to play here in regulation. It's the Tacoma Stars 3, the Chihuahua Savage 3. Peyton Barron's at the accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington to bring you this action. We will have a restart at the yellow line following a 3-line clearance from Corey Keats. Disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil LeBlanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube.
Ball number 7143. 7143. Congratulations to all three of our winners. Once again, if you heard your number called, congratulations. You can claim your prize at the first table.
Cesar Ruiz is standing over this ball. He has Escalante to his right. He finds Escalante, who's going to hit a missile to the top side of the plexiglass surrounding the arena. Tyler John hits the deck after a foul from Tovar. It's going to be a Tacoma Stars free kick, 7:15 to play in the fourth quarter. Puentes and Rios are showing pressure against this Tacoma Stars free kick. Assuming that Keats is going to go square here for Toth, he's going to see some pressure. Here's Toth trying to advance forward. Ramos has time to turn. Keats now crosses the midway stripe on the near side. Jones plays direct. Ramos or Rivers the target. Neither of them able to get there. Ball out for Puentes. Hansen slides onto the field. Big direct run on the far side. Jones has to get back. Toth makes a good save all the way down to the ground. Ramos with one spin. Ramos dishes, and a ball just cleared over to the boards. Safety play. Ends up working out for the Savage. Gonzalez chests that ball down. Calls for a handball, nothing given. Mijatovic for a change. Tovar in behind. That's a bad change. Tovar takes his shot. Toth makes a massive save. Ball off the board, still bouncing around. Risky defensive change for the Tacoma Stars, but they survive. Tovar was in behind. He ended up being able to time up his shot. Chris Toth made an excellent save. Fuentes thinks about it on his left foot, and drops it back. That ball was intended for Valle, but great defensive effort from the Stars. Valle timed a really well cutting run. Souza did just enough to get his body in the way and made sure Valle couldn't get there. Here it is again. Jones with a clearance. And right now it's Souza and Valle. There's a conversation about being cut the chatter. These two doing battle. Escalante, more touches than anybody on the field, seemingly. Every other ball goes through Roberto Escalante when he is on the field. Such a pivotal marquee player for this side. Mijatovic with his feet taken out by Puentes. Puentes respectfully helps him up.
That was charged to Chihuahua, number 9, Hugo Fuentes, for his second foul of the night.
Toth unable to be used, so he just stayed on his goal line, protecting the goal from any sort of deflections. Under 4 minutes. Handball called as that ball, or excuse me, as Cesar Ruiz's arm goes sky high, deflects that ball down. He's saying he was pushed by Caceres, and that's why his arm was up in the air like so. And yet again, another 3-line clearance from these Tacoma Stars. That is just 2 mishaps that you cannot let happen against a side like Chihuahua. Ball's going to come all the way back to the yellow attacking line. Carlos Hernandez runs up. Calls a timeout. 3:37 to play. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Tacoma Stars host the Chihuahua Savage right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
A very interesting timeout was just had. While the teams broke to the benches, Diego Reynoso just darted out of play, out of the field. The gate to the locker rooms is on the complete opposite side of the arena that he is on. He was pointing to his gloves, must have had a blowout with one of his gloves, and had to run all the way to the locker room to grab a backup set. He has made it back in time, and that's one of the most impressive things so far of tonight's match is that sprint during the during the timeout for Reynoso to gather his gloves. Here's Escalante teed up. Short roller, Toth plays it off the wall well. He's got a sprinting John up ahead. Rivers on the backside. John couldn't get the volley. Rivers still there with a little bit of space. Surprised Tyler John's not called for a foul. Advantage was played. Rivers chases this guy down. Keats on top of it. Enough advantage was played that foul didn't come back. Hernandez settles for Ruiz and gets it back. Starting to get into that nitty-gritty where any goal here could be the game winner. Tacoma Stars have been held scoreless this entire half. Castaneda has the only goal of the second half, coming just over a quarter ago, 15 minutes ago by clock. Romero plays to the far side. This is Rios. Rios, a little bit of space. Rios, his shot's just wide. Unfortunate for the Savage. Ramos goes through the ball. Ball stays in play. Ramos didn't want to chase on, and he went for a sub. Stars a little discombobulated, trying to get the right numbers on the field. 2 minutes to play. Heavily defensive for Tacoma. They know that the Savage here are going to try and settle in. They're going to play their pass-keep ball. You got Rivers, Spur, Keats, Jones, Correa on the field for the Stars. Strike from distance, just wide. Shouts for a handball. Toes out of his area, plays it away with his feet incredibly well. A ball into the camera well. Let's hope those photographers okay down there at the midway stripe. Hansen checks onto the field. 90 seconds remaining in regulation. Hansen in a foot race. Ball off the near side boards. Toth has come out for it. Danger. Rivers with a huge clearance. And a whistle's blown and Kyle Rivers won himself a foul. Stars going with an offensive lineup here. They think this is their moment. Minute 15. Caceres, Mijatovic, Souza, Moises Gonzalez, and Nick Pereira are on the field. Timeout called. We're going to keep it here as these two teams settle themselves in for this final remaining period. Right now, the stat sheet looks incredibly lopsided. The unofficial stat count has 32 shots on goal for the Chihuahua Savage, 13 shots on goal for the Tacoma Stars. It's been a very quiet offensive half for these Tacoma Stars. Not scoring since Nick Pereira went solo mission impossible, spinning his way through the Savage defense and able to retake the lead that was given up in the third quarter. But these two teams, great defensive battle going on. 3-3, this is a score that you don't oftentimes see in the indoor game. Just this weekend, we've seen some 9-6 games across the league, high-scoring games. Just last week, Chihuahua had themselves in a 10-3 contest, and right now seeing a 3-3 matchup. A minute 15 to play, minute 16, excuse me.
Soccer knows how to play those bongos. Let's go, kids. Yeah, keep going. Don't stop.
Just a reminder, if we are tied following the next 1 minute and 16 seconds, we will go to an overtime period. It's a 10-minute period that is golden goal. First goal wins. Tied after that, if it remains scoreless following that 10 minutes, find ourselves headed to a shootout.
Looks like it's Fowler versus Harbor once again in the Bongos showdown. It's a pretty good Bongo play tonight.
Ramos now onto the field, so a little different look than the Stars that we saw earlier just before the timeout. Tyler John also on the field. So no Souza, no Gonzalez. John gets a ball bouncing towards the boards. He falls to ground. No whistle blown. That ball's still in play over the top. Mijatovic has to make a play on it. Can't. Fuentes now bouncing ball. Ramos, he's got John in support. Ramos pushes that ball to the right, taken off of his feet. Surprise, no whistle is gone. Pereira, Mijatovic. Mijatovic has some game winners with him as a Tacoma Star. That's how he made his name here last year while on loan. Pereira. Turnover. Diagonal ball, Caceres settles. Caceres taken off of his feet, 37 seconds to play. Pereira's gonna stay on the field here. He makes his way downfield. You'd love to see Nick Pereira get that all-time assist record on a game-winning assist. 18 seconds to play. On the clock here at the ShoWare Center. Caceres in the center circle with the ball. Free kick on the way. He's got Mijatovic to his right. Moises Gonzalez on the field. Adrian Correa as well. Caceres goes back for Toth. He's in front of the yellow line. Long ball in, directed towards Pereira. The header away. Correa, his first time effort for Mijatovic. And a clearance from the defensive end is going to go to the top for the Tacoma Stars. It's all the way to the top of the arc.
Got a timeout, 60-second timeout call on the field. 60-second timeout.
And Nick Pereira, as dangerous as he is on the field, he's just as dangerous with a clipboard in his hand, drawing up the play. 8.2 seconds on the overhead clock. It's 3-3. Tacoma Stars tied with the Savage. Have not scored this half at all. Drawing something up special. This is where the Tacoma Stars can be deadly. The things they work on in the training ground translate so well here to the field at the ShoWare Center. You got to assume he's going to find something, line something up for Mijatovic to run onto. Mijatovic is so good from these pieces. Pereira over the ball, he's going to read. He'll have Caceres as one option, likely to his right, so that Caceres can have that left-footed strike. Likely keep Mijatovic to his left to try and tee something up on Mijatovic's right foot. Canale on the field as well. Occasionally, this is a spot where you might see Jamel Cox. He's not on the roster today. So Pereira makes his way to the top of the arc. He's got Caceres on the low side to the right. He's got Canale, Mijatovic, and Moises Gonzalez to his left. So the only reason to go Caceres is if he's going to be wide open in that isolation space. But the numbers kind of dictate that he's going to look to play Moises Gonzalez here, and Gonzalez gets a read option on whether or not he leaves it for Mijatovic. Three-man wall. Pereira on the run-up. Pereira goes to Caceres. Caceres' strike. It's deflected away. Gonzalez settles. 5 seconds. Here comes a run out. 2 seconds on the clock. The strike from distance. The horn sounds. We are headed to overtime. Marquee matchup of the weekend. 60 minutes is not enough to separate these two sides. We're going to be able to settle it in a sudden death golden goal overtime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that overtime. Right after this, it's the Tacoma Stars, the Chihuahua Savage on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Accesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Welcome back to the Accesso ShoWare Center. Peyton Barron's here in the broadcast booth as the Tacoma Stars are tied 3-3 with the Chihuahua Savage. So we get the overtime period. It's going to be a sudden death period. The first goal is going to win and separate these two sides. We're going to have a redo of a coin flip. That's what you see at the top of your screen happening now between the captains and our match officials. Nothing being able to separate these two sides. A scoreless fourth quarter for both teams. Nobody being booked with a blue card, which the trend so far, that's second and third quarter alone. We saw 3 blue cards. We saw a yellow card to start off the second quarter. So we saw a lot of things going into the match sheet, going into the bookings. And then the fourth quarter, completely silent. Just play. Ball in play constantly. We didn't see goals, we didn't see bookings, and now you find yourself into this overtime period where any mistake is going to be so crucial, and this is going to be determined which team can make the fewest or the least, or no mistakes. If you go in here and you set your team up and you get a blue card and end up into the bench, that's nearly guaranteed game over. Anytime you find any sort of misplay, a defensive clearance that goes over the boards, and you give the other team a spot kick from the top of the arc, you're going to find yourself in trouble. It's got to be clean. It's got to be nearly perfect. Talking strategy with some former players about these overtime periods. Oftentimes they say it's either settled in the first minute or it's settled in the last minute. So it's either going to be decided here quick, or we're going to be decided all the way at the very end of this overtime period. Remember, if 3-3 at the end of the overtime period, we will find ourselves headed to a shootout. Most recently, the Tacoma Stars were victorious on the road last season at Kansas City in a shootout. They had Nani Mendoza just call his own number over and over again, and he balled out that night. Tyler John, heavy pressure. Quick pass all the way back. Shot off the boards. Toth puts it back. Correa heads it away. This is Hernandez. Correa with a great block. Caceres back for Correa. He releases for John, but a great toe poke from Castaneda, the goal scorer. He's got 2 tonight. Tyler John trying to cause some havoc up there. He's a product of Seattle University. Local kid out of Bonnie Lake. Puentes backs down Jones. Puentes turns, short side board, and Toth is able to react and fall on top of it. First minute has gone. See if the Stars are able to settle in and try and get an offensive opportunity here. Souza finds space. He has Gonzalez on the backside. Souza takes his shot. It's deflected. Souza is crushed. Crumpling to the ground. Souza still stays low. That's Puentes over the top of him right now, and I think it was Puentes on the challenge. I think Puentes doing a good job, clearly showing that there was no intent there. Excuse me, that's not Puentes on the challenge. The challenge was Alejandro Romero. Souza does a good job, gets up, jogs off the field. Harsh challenge. Gonzalez and Pereira over the ball. It's a 2-man wall. Mijatovic to the left, Caceres to the right, and Mike Ramos down low. Gonzalez runs over it. Pereira with a strike. It's deflected. Pereira's got to go in a foot race. Toth is all the way out. He's going to hit a long diagonal ball. Ramos settles. Danger averted from Tacoma. Diagonal ball. Gonzalez, strike, and it's just wide. Ramos couldn't find the winner there. Is it yet to come? Mijatovic, left foot strike, it goes wide. Ramos chases this ball down to the corner. Caceres with a good block. Back into Pereira. Pereira turns to his right. And his shot blocked. Reynoso gets it. Quick outlet. Gonzalez is back in transition and slows down the attack. Puentes thought he had space, but Mijatovic covered it on the far side. Well done. Slowed down a quick counterattack opportunity from the Savage. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Stars do not have their ducks in a row. Nearly got called out on too many men on the field. Correa hits the deck. He's fouled from behind. It was Diaz who pulled him down after Correa won the initial tackle. Frustration from Puentes, but with his own team not being stepped up high enough. Toth, long and diagonal, looking for Canale. Canale had no chance at the first, won the second. Spur, ball off the plexiglass. Jones settles. Jones tracking, chasing down. Double team with Correa. Puentes again shows his frustration. It was Castaneda doing everything in the buildup, waiting for any sort of support, and he got none of it. Toth long for Pereira. All four other Stars back in the defensive half. Here's Souza. Souza, bouncing ball. Reynoso tried to come out. Counterattack opportunity. Pereira has to run back defensively. Back and forth play. Hansen gets in front of the ball. Under 6 minutes to play in overtime. Golden goal. Escalante. Give and go. Tovar just wide. Unlucky. Has been Eric Tovar today. He's had the power on his shots. The placement has just been off by millimeters. Macias plays a bad ball back for Reynoso. Somehow Savage able to keep this alive. Souza wins a header. John Jones and Rivers do a great job sliding all the way back and turning around this attack. Escalante, he has a few game winners in him up his sleeve. Strike from distance, just wide. All Toth could do was watch it. Souza wins a good challenge. Hansen tries to clear away with the right foot. Rivers goes for a change. He thought about pressing. Canale slips on. Here's a backside run in from Puentes. Watch out for it. Toth off his line. He comes out sliding for it. Makes an incredible save. Might be the save of the night. Canale with a touch. If he can go Caceres to his left. Caceres. Diagonal. Back to Canale. Tyler John's touch just wasn't dialed in enough. Great sliding challenge. Souza teed up, strike. Hernandez, this is going to go the other way. Caceres. Back and forth we go. Both sides go for massive changes here. Caceres on top of the ball. Long ball, Ramos. The target couldn't get to it. Pereira, Gonzalez, Ramos all on the field in the attack. Got to start sliding back. 3:40 in this overtime period. Near side corner. Pereira does a good double down. Ball cleared out over the boards. Couple of stars for some changes. What a battle we have on our hands here at the ShoWare Center. Mijatovic gets in front of it. Pereira gets himself a block. Brandon Gonzalez on the strike. Pereira goes for a defensive change. Correa with some good tracking back to get a toe poke. This is Romero, far side, or excuse me, near side now. Swinging it to the far. Rios. Romero down the lines, Puentes. Lined it up from distance. Toth, good save. Bouncing back and forth off Jones's chest. Tough distribution. Spur didn't get there. Jones in a great battle. Puentes wins it. Canale's challenge leaves Puentes behind on the turf. Somebody's got to stay here on this far side. Souza wins a challenge. Castaneda slipped on as a sub. Tyler John and Logan Jones nearly lost his run just moments ago. It would have been dangerous if Fuentes could have found him on the far side. Escalante back onto the field. A 100 ticks of the clock remain. Here's Souza in transition. Souza to Canale. Lets it run up the boards. Canale. Souza on top of it. No whistle blown. Strike from Keats. And there's a foul as Souza hits the deck. Minute 24 to play in this overtime period. This game could end itself right now. It could end itself in a penalty shootout. Who will know? And Pereira calls a timeout. No urgency there for the Tacoma Stars. They want to make sure that they are going to get things right. Chris Toth has the clipboard in hand. He finds his way over to Nick Pereira, and it's just going to be the 5 on the field drawing this thing up. Evan McNeely and Adam Becker get in. These Tacoma Stars would love to pull out this win. This will be monumental for them on the season, to be able to upend the reigning Ron Newman Cup champions at home and start to create the fortress that is the Accesso ShoWare Center. Canale, Gonzalez, Caceres, Mijatovic, and Pereira are the 5 on the field. This ball is going to be positioned in the attacking bottom near side. It's going to be the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Just off the wall on the white dashed line. That's where Felipe Souza was fouled. If Pereira is able to find the assist, he will become MASL's all-time leader in assists. He's tied with Leo Gibson at 225. Can he find 226? Standing over this free kick and try and end this game. Pereira drops it back for Caceres. Swings it. Mijatovic. Struck ball and Reynoso gets a paw on it and pushes it up and over. Plexiglass into the safety netting. Corner kick on the way. Caceres lines up over it. Pereira then walks up. Pereira into the wall. Pereira through a triple team can't keep possession. Transition play the other way. Tovar passes back, goes for a change. Escalante now. This is Diaz. Excuse me, no, this is Hernandez. Fuentes in the corner. Double team by Mijatovic and John. No one goes for the ball. Everyone stops, watches everyone. Here's Rivers. Caceres. Dangerous as Fuentes was standing in the middle unmarked. If there was just the slightest of toe poke going his way, he could have had the game winner. John plays square for Caceres. Stars want one opportunity to try and go long here. Caceres for Toth. Pereira is going to get himself into position. Toth is going to cross the midway stripe. Pereira turning, spinning. Pereira striking, and it's off the woodwork. Inches from the game winner. This ball all the way back to Toth, and we are headed to a shootout. Nick Pereira came so close with a buzzer beater to end this game.
Tacoma Stars 3, Chihuahua Savage 3.
And here we go, a shootout at the ShoWare Center. The way shootouts work in MASL is a best of 3 shootout. The shooter will have 5 seconds to go and attack the goal. They can have as many shot opportunities that they want in that 5 seconds. The ball must be released from their foot before the 5 seconds has ended. If the ball is traveling towards goal and crosses the line after that 5-second mark, the goal will stand. Pardon me, if the ball has not legally crossed the goal line prior to the expiration of the 5 seconds, no goal shall be awarded. So a best of 3 shootout situation. Following that, we will get into sudden death for the shootout. And after a completely scoreless second half for the Tacoma Stars and only 1 goal to show from the Chihuahua Savage in the second half, you know, there's pros and cons to playing that sort of game. Is your defense was immaculate all night long. Only 3 goals given up throughout 60, 70 minutes of play when you take into consideration the 10-minute sudden death overtime period. But only being able to net 3 goals, that's something that both of these teams will be thinking about going into next week's matches. Based on my reading of hand gestures, I believe that we'll be getting the shootout taken at the north goal. That's going to be the goal closer to the Tacoma Stars bench. Unreal stuff today. Chris Toth with another stellar performance. He's coming off of a goalkeeper of the week nod, and he might just be in consideration for that again. Only 3 goals against. Right now, unofficial stats are showing 39 shots on goal. That would be an over 30 save performance again for him. Excuse me, 27 saves last week. But he is an incredible player. And now he's going to stand in for some shootouts, and we'll see if Chris Toth can work some magic here today. So Chihuahua's going to have the first shot. It's Rios stepping up to take it. He's got a goal on the season. I got to imagine Eric Tovar gets himself in here the way that he's shooting today. So Tovar is going to start on the yellow line. He's got 5 seconds to attack the goal. The ball is live. Chris Toth ready. Rios ready. Both players crouched over. Rios takes off. Toth comes out. Step overs. Toth, he's beat. Rios, he gets the first. Couple of good step overs. He's able to create some space. Toth trying to scramble back, unable to just recover enough. This is well done. Step, step, step. Takes his touch. Toth is trying to track. Rios puts it away. Here's Pereira. Pereira so good when it comes to the shootout. Chips the ball up. He's going to juggle a few. He puts on a volley, smashes it past Reynoso. With authority, Nick Pereira. I mean, talk about saucy. This is A1. That's steak sauce. This is Puentes. He lines up. He misses wide. It's off the wall. Toth does enough to make the shooter miss.
Taking the next shot for the Stars, number 92, Moises Gonzalez.
Here's Gonzalez against Reynoso. Reynoso was beat the first time. This would be huge for Diego Reynoso to keep his team alive in this. Gonzalez, soul roll up. He takes a strike. It's bar down. Stars got a second in this best-of-3 shootout. Pivotal moment here. This is Eric Tovar stepping up. Calm, cool, collected. Gonzalez uses every inch of that goal mouth. Hammers it off the bar, comes straight down. And now Tovar, with the pressure of Chihuahua on his shoulders. Quick little roll. He slots it past Toth. That's well done. The way Tovar's been shooting today, I wouldn't want to get in front of one of those either. Easy does it, and it was a nice little soul roll. And there looks like a goalkeeping change as Willie Spur steps up. Luan Tellez is going to step into the net. Hasn't played a single minute all day, and now Willie Spur facing Luan Tellez. Spur steps up, dribbles, Spur just wide and misses. This will go to sudden death. So a bold move from Chihuahua. Switch up the goalkeepers. Give a new look. And now you get 77, Carlos Hernandez. He's had quite the day. A couple of bookings. Hernandez steps up, tries to get past Toth, dribbles it wide, and just gets enough off of the near post and in. Could that be the one that sets Chihuahua into the W for today? Mijatovic is stepping up. Sudden death. Mijatovic has got to make this to advance forward. Not looking at the goal. Doesn't want to give any sort of decision on which way he's going. Mijatovic fakes a strike, and then the placement. What a strike from Mijatovic. Quick little fake, hits the second, and what a gritty he's got there too. Take another look. Look at this little fake shot, sends the keeper, and then it just easy does it. Castaneda, who's got 2. Both teams have scored 3 so far in this shootout. Castaneda rolls that ball forward. Toth comes out. Toth gets low. Toth smothers it. Castaneda has 2 today, but not when it counts most. And here's Pereira again. Once you get past the best of 3, you may go back and use shooters who have previously gone. So Pereira is going to call his own number and step up again. He had some magnificent juggling act to score the first time. Pereira on the roll-up. Pereira rolls it to the left and it's poked away. Denied. Pereira frustrated. The building thought that was his moment. Rios is going to step up. Rios scored his first. This is his second attempt. Rios beats Toth to the right. Chihuahua has scored 4 of their 6 shootout attempts. The Tacoma Stars awaiting what Moises Gonzalez will do.
Taking the next shot for the Stars, number 92, Moises Gonzalez.
Gonzalez scored previously. Slowly walking his way up. The strike! And he upper V's it. Well done. Same placement as before. So following Rios' last connection, take another look at Gonzalez's shot here. It's going to be Tovar again. Tovar has a make. Tovar forward. And he misses off the boards. Moises Gonzalez is going to step up and try and put the game away. See if he can give himself a hat trick in the shootout. Made his first 2 attempts. Gonzalez again, calm, cool, steps forward. His shot, it's saved, deflected, and we go on to another round. Into the 8th round. Jorge Rios is the man that steps forward. He's 2 for 2. Will he claim a shootout hat trick? Rios goes at Toth, step over, makes Toth dive, and he puts it back on his left side and slots it home. That's well done.
Now turning for the Stars, number 10, Nick
Pereira back to the yellow line. 1 for 2 thus far. He's got to score this to keep the Stars alive. Pops it up to himself, juggles, hits the volley, and it's low and wide. The Tacoma Stars drop at home to the Chihuahua Savage in a shootout. Chihuahua comes away with the win. What an exciting day at the ShoWare Center. My goodness. Shootouts go 8 rounds deep. 3-3 on the score line at the end of regulation, a scoreless overtime period. And I don't think anybody, these 2 teams have so much respect for one another after that kind of battle. That was an incredible showing at the ShoWare Center. 4-3 Savage win after the shootout. Wow, what an afternoon. What a day at the ShoWare Center. Stars find themselves now with a loss. Savage stay undefeated on the season following their win last weekend. Nick Pereira will have to wait another day to become MASL's all-time leader in assists. What a doozy there. Tacoma Stars started things out early. They had a 2-0 lead, and slowly that 2-0 lead fell away. Castaneda made it 2-1 in the second quarter just before halftime. Puentes leveled it with 40 seconds until the break. Pereira retook the lead before the teams went into the locker room for the half. It was another Castaneda goal that made things 3-3 in the third quarter. Right now, Pete Richmeyer's on the field with Evan McNeely. We're going to go down to the field and listen to what Evan McNeely has to say. Let's go to Pete.
How do you take this one and move on?
Yeah, I mean, you take it just like every other game. I feel like we played well enough to win the game. We didn't. We got to go back to the drawing board and work on how we attack teams. But other than that, I feel like we had a good defensive battle, played well defensively. And appreciate everybody that came out to the game today. I think that's fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so coming up next week, you got 2 games back-to-back nights at Empire, at San Diego. What's the focus going to be on going to 2 traditionally tough venues to play at?
Yeah, I mean, we have a great team. This season, we are deeper than any other season, so a lot of guys are going to play. Might see some new faces, a lot of old faces, but we got a great team, and we're going to take it and learn from it and be better next time.
So thanks everybody for coming out. We'll see you back here January 10th when we whoop the Sockers again.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Evan. The Tacoma Stars fall here to the Chihuahua Savage 4-3. Fans, be sure that you jump online, TacomaStars.com, and you can buy tickets for that January 10th home game against the San Diego Sockers when the Tacoma Stars return from a 4-game road trip. That will be over the new year. That's going to do it for us here at the ShoWare Center. I'm Peyton Behrens. Thank you so much for all of you for tuning in today. A big thanks to my technical director, Maximus Lockhart, for being there on the control side all day long for me. And big appreciation for everybody here at the Tacoma Stars. Thank you so much. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you next time.